So recently my daughter decided that she wanted a very big, large, huge ball gown, a Cinderella style ball gown. I had an idea. I thought, well, we could alter my bridesmaid dress to fit you. And well, she took one look at it, and here we are, going into the alteration mode. We started by putting the dress onto the mannequin. This is so that we could get a good look at what the job would be and what we would need to do. So once we had the adult bridesmaid dress on the mannequin, we wanted to have a good look at it, make sure that we understood exactly what the job was. So in the back, you can see as the skirt is lifted that there is a net lining underneath, as well as another layer of lining. So the net is there to create that larger shape around the bottom of the dress, and the lining is as it is to line the inside so that the fabric feels nice against your skin. So here we see the internal lining of the dress. Now for a little body, we would need less of this bottom part of the fabric, so less of the main part of the dress. So this mannequin shows the size of my daughter and the difference between the two dress sizes. So we're going to have to alter that large one to the small one, and we're just making sure we've got all of our stuff ready. So then we're gathering our pins and tape measures, any scissors, and a dressmaking cloth marker. So in terms of the abdomen and the bottom part of the skirt of the dress, there's not going to be a huge amount of difference. We will need to take off, I'm guessing about an inch on either seam from the main dress to make sure that it will fit to her size. So we've now put my bridesmaid dress on the smaller mannequin to show there is a lot of excess fabric within it. But the main thing, obviously the luxury of having the adult mannequin and the child's mannequin is that we can do this, and we can match it to her size. I saw that when I put her dress on the mannequin that it fit nicely, so I know that if we do everything to the same size as the mannequin, that it will also fit her. The main thing to consider is how easy it is to do that. How many different seams? Is there lots of boning or something that's structural that's in the top part of the bust section on the dress? Is it going to be too tricky or not? So the only way to know that is by having a good look. And I've seen within the bust part, within the top section of the dress, that there is 3 considerable seams that we need to reduce. And one is through the back, 2 one either side, and then 1 extra in the front, which is a seam that isn't there at the moment. So it's a seam that we will be putting into the dress to make sure that it fits her, so that the front part of the dress needs to be shallower so it can fit the smaller frame. So I've pinned it where I think the size is different, and this, so I'm just going to check it on the small mannequin now. It's helpful to do it on a mannequin. I'm used to working with mannequins, but if you haven't got one, you use the child that it is for. So you would just put it on them, and obviously making sure that you don't pin into them. You can do it directly onto the person. It's trickier if you're doing an alteration for yourself to pin while you're wearing it, but if you have the garment turned inside out, you can do it quite easily on somebody else, or you can get somebody else to do the same for you. So I'm just pinning the sides here, just making a few adjustments. I've already put in the pins where I thought it would fit to, and I'm realising that actually there's a little bit more that needs to be done. And it's not just under the armpits, it's not just at the top of the part seam, it's all the way down into sort of where the waistline is. Now, at this point I realise that there's a lot of length in the fabric that needs to go. Although my daughter's quite keen to keep the full length as it is. So once it's all pinned, and once you know you're sort of happy with the position of where your new seams are going to go, you need to mark that with something else to say, so you know where to stitch. You can keep the pins in it when you're stitching it, but it's a really good idea to then mark the cloth with your cloth marker. So you can get a pencil cloth and a cloth marker and just sort of draw on the lines. It's a special pencil for fabrics, and then it can rub off and clean as well. You can get them from them packets of different colours. You can get white ones for use on dark fabric. You can get blue, red and yellow. It's quite fun to use different colours on whichever fabric you're using. So this is a light blue dress, so I'm marking it in the blue pen. So you can still see it, it's darker blue against the light blue. But then hopefully when it gets to the point, once I finish the seams, it'll be less likely that you'll be able to see that you've drawn on it. Just marking it all up, marking it against where the pins are, and just marking all the seams up. So just marking the front seam. I think that's all done, all marked up now with our cloth marker. And so we shouldn't be too far off being able to put this on the machine and stitch it up. We'll just have a closer look at what we've done here with the seams. So as you can see, the pins and the cloth markings along it. So the darker blue is a cloth marker, and I've used the large knob head pins so that you can see where they are. So that's the back seam and the two side seams. So it's about just over an inch on either seam that we're taking out, and then that's the front seam. So we need to close up that front section, make sure that it'll fit that lovely little small frame first. So just a little tester to see whether it's likely that it'll be okay for her, and it looks alright in size, doesn't it? What we're going to do is just use our tape measure to just measure the length of the dress that she's wearing, and then that is what we will then measure that same measurement onto the mannequin. So let's get cracking with the sewing.